Yeah, look at those fries. You got the Polish there.
Yeah, Polish and the dog
I've never
decked
seen
out.
fries like that. It must be some special
They call them sidewinder fries.
sidewine. Good afternoon, DJ Wonder Chrissy back. It's Monday and February 12th. We're just a couple of days away from Valentine's Day. You better treat your Valentines rather well. It's coming, folks. And I think tomorrow's Fat Tuesday, maybe? There you go. Get yourself a punchki. Polish punchkis are pretty good, so treat yourself to one of those if you can find any. So today we're going to talk about the unraveling, not just the unraveling, further unraveling of America. And it seems to be, these guys here are jumping up and down about it. If you saw, Google some of the waste management PGA event that was held this last weekend in Arizona somewhere. There's a lot of video there where things got out of control. There was one, I'll give you a couple examples, and there's videos of this out there. I'm not going to show them to you today, but there was one guy that was doing snow angels in a bunker, like on the 18th bunker in by the green. There was another like 400-pound guy that was rolling down some hill. It must have rained or something, and he didn't have his shirt on, and they at the very bottom of the hill they were pouring Coors Light beers on him. There was another one where two guys just getting into an all-out brawl for several minutes. And then another one where one of the golfers came over to one of the people in the gallery and was telling the spectator to shut up. So, and I mean, this is normal stuff, but in a sporting event like this, you would think that they had a higher class of individuals. It's not cheap to get into these events, and in order to get drunk in addition to that, although I know they do take credit cards, so maybe that's part of the problem there too. It's not about having money anymore. It's about having some room on your credit card. But anyway, I bring this up because Susie Q and myself, we've been, last fall, we went to the BMW Championship over in, down here in Homewood, Flossmoor. And I think, and we got some good, we pre-purchased our tickets, and it was like $75 a piece. And $20 for parking, and it cost you like about $18 for a nice, Oktoberfest beer, maybe $16 for a Coors Light or Bud Light, and a hot dog and some chips was like another $15-20. So you wrap up cash outlay pretty quickly when you go to these events. So I don't know, and there was this was on a Saturday. I guess it wasn't even the Sunday where usually gets the most crowdy and rowdy. But there was also some comments that they may at one point shut off beer sales because of all of the stuff that was going on. Yeah. So, and I've seen videos too this year of Bears games, Chicago Bears down here at Soldiers Field, the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers, and I think also in Dallas, where fans getting into fisticuffs in the stands and underneath the stands by the washrooms. It's out of control. And, let's face it, going to a NFL game, I'm sure the tickets are at least $150 to get in for the NFL. It's even more expensive than a golf tournament. But I don't know, folks. I don't know what to tell you other than the unraveling of society has begun and is in progress pretty well. And you need to prepare yourself, okay? You need to prepare yourself. You need to consider the types of scenarios you may be encountering and what you can do about it and how you can combat that. So that's I guess all you can do at this point, because it's so nasty out there, and I don't know. So let's get to another breaking news event here. Maybe not. I guess not. Guess it didn't work. Do you guys hate when that happens? No, let's see here. Let's see. I think it's down here. Here it is. There you go, breaking news. So let's talk about, to get back to the Migrant, which we're known for our Migrant information here. Here's not a lot of Migrant news going on in Chicago. Denver's expelling their migrants out onto the streets, and we'll see what happens there. That's a recipe for chaos. I don't know how they're combating it, because all the surrounding communities are getting ready for a pushback, a fight, whatever you want to call it. But there's been reports that Colorado Spring is trying to unite and expel any migrants that may come their way as they're released from downtown Denver. So that's not a good situation there. And when people get put into situations where it's cold or snowy, or they don't have 3 square meals a day after they've been living in the lush free hotel room for 3 or 4 months, it's kind of like putting yourself in a room and cornering an animal that's not happy, right? There's going to be some blowback to that. So we'll be watching what's going on in Denver and see what happens, because that's where Chicago's headed. It appears that Chicago's waiting to start its expulsion of migrants until the weather gets a little bit better. And then I do think we'll see them congregating in parks around the city. And they'll be coming out to the suburbs. I really do think they'll be coming out. They'll be utilizing that wonderful Metro train that took them into the town to come out of the town and start panhandling in the burbs and causing some problems. So look for that to happen. And I also think, here's another thing, as we've reported on here quite a few times, breaking news here. Breaking news. Let's see. Yep, news alert. News alert. News alert. Ripping a good one, folks. News alert, news alert. So here's what I think you're going to see happen in Chicago when it comes to finances. I really think what you're going to see is the state of Illinois is going to be so cash strapped, and the city of Chicago is going to be needing so much help, that you're going to see the state of Illinois is going to have to move money that in the last couple of years has been pretty good about allocating money to its pension funds for unfunded liabilities in the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars the last 3 or 4 years under J.B. Pritzker, the Chris Christie of the Midwest. But I got a feeling you're going to see them divert some of that money this year to the migrant crisis, because I don't think they've allocated enough money to the migrant crisis, and towards the end of the year they're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel and looking for ways to bridge the gap, and if not, go into deeper financial discourse. So that's something that we have to look forward to here in the state of Illinois. If you don't know, the state pensions are probably like 40 to 50% funded. But then when you get into the city of Chicago, the teacher, the fire, the police, and the city of Chicago workers pension fund, those pension funds are only funded at like 20 to 25%, folks. Let me say that again. The city of Chicago pension funds, all of them, are only funded by 20 to 25%. Whereas if you're not really up on pension funding of unfunded liabilities, 80% is where an actuary or an accountant will tell you need to be. So as you can see, the city of Chicago is at 25, so they're woefully underfunded when it comes to unfunded liabilities, and at some point someone's going to have to make up that gap. And there you have the problem, right? Going forward with less people working and more people on your pension fund rolls, and there's also the pension funds are somewhat related to the commercial-backed mortgage securities that are imploding right now. Yeah, so we have that to look forward to in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois, but most people don't worry about that because they're not worried about it until it hits the fan. But I'm here to tell you that when it hits the fan, it's going to be a real long and painful blowback. So anyone that's still around in Illinois is going to have to help with that blowback. And you know, I think I did a video where we had a gentleman that I know that left here for Florida. I can tell you that a lot of middle-class Americans that I know have left the state of Illinois for various reasons, and the fact that this state is so messed up is one of them. All right, so as we come towards March, April, and May, you're going to see the U-Hauls start to be reserved and the exodus of the people happening again. I checked with the local U-Haul over here. It's not a very big one, but I checked with a guy there when I got my propane tank refilled this fall. He told me this summer they were averaging 25 trucks out of state per month. So they were he saw the people leaving left and right, and he says it was a consistent 25 people per month reserving trucks to go out of the state of Illinois. So there you go. So like I said, I could probably come up with 10 to 15 people that I know in the last 3 years that have left this fair state, highly taxed state of Illinois for greener pastures and non-taxation and greater freedom. So there you have it. I'm going to end this for now. Hope Google the waste management PGA drunken stupor videos, and give yourself a little bit of humor. It's also on the New York Post. If you check their website out, they have the videos all consolidated there for you. So check that out. I am DJ Wonder Chrissy, and this is your news alert. News alert, news alert, breaking wind news. There you go. All right, over and out, folks. Catch you on the rebound.